All right, hey everybody, welcome in. We're grinding away here. We're actually starting with some Autodesk, which, as you know, is one of my favorites. Probably actually my very favorite thing to do here in engineering. And it's getting a little more interesting now because instead of just creating whatever we want, we're given some shapes here with dimensions, and we have to create them exactly kind of to scale here, or not even to scale, the exact size that we have. So we're going to make this one together. I'm going to show you exactly what to do, and then I'm going to leave it as an exercise for you to make this one and that one on your own. Let's take a look and kind of analyze this shape. I think what we have here is we have a 4-inch base here, base length. We have 2.5-inch height, and it would appear a 2.5-inch depth. So I think I'm just going to start here with a 2D sketch, of course. And what I'm going to do is just draw a 4-inch, let's see, let's type in 4 and tab and 2.5-inch rectangle right here. Now, of course, we are using dimensions now, so this has to be 4, and that has to be 2.5. What I do is when I click rectangle, I type them in ahead of time. But if you missed out on that, you can always click dimension right there and edit the dimension like that. Okay, so let's finish the sketch. And now, so we have our 4-inch length and we have our 2.5-inch height. Now we need to extrude it to a depth of also 2.5 inches. So let's go here. Let's hit that extrude button. And I think I'll go backwards. I suppose this is technically negative 2.5. So we'll type that in there. And is it going to work? Perhaps not. Why not? Doesn't like that. Okay, 2.5. There we go. All right, so not negative 2.5, 2.5. So now we have this square. It doesn't really look like the shape that we want yet, but I think it will soon enough. So here we go. So let's take another look at this. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use something called the subtractive method of building, where I have the whole square here, and I'm just going to cut out some stuff. So I'm going to cut out this thin, long rectangle here at the bottom, which appears to be 0.5 inches in height, and it's 0.5 inches as well from each edge of the part here. So let's see if we can do that. First thing we're going to need to do, of course, is start another sketch here on this side. And let's see. Okay, let's put in a rectangle here like this. So we'll grab the bottom of it there, and we'll go up, we'll go over. Okay, and now let's use our dimension tool. So we're going to dimension the distance from the bottom to the top like that to 2.5. And the way I dimension that is I click first on, oh, I did that wrong. Let's undo that. Okay, that is not 2.5, 0.5, 0.5. And the way that I dimension that is I click first on this one, then I click on this one, then I drag out to the right. Let's practice it again. Click on our dimension tool. I'm going to click on this edge. I'm going to click on this side of the rectangle and pull down. Again, 0.5. Okay, we got to practice it again right here. Click there. Click there. It's 0.5. Okay, we're all set. So let's finish up our sketch and let's do an extrude of this. Now this time we're not going out, we're going in. So we're actually doing a cut extrude. So I'm going to go right here to the cut button and cut all the way through. 2.5 inches should cut it all the way through for us. And there we go. It did in fact work. So now the shape is sort of starting to materialize here. We've cut this one out. We need to cut out this square right here, which is 1 inch in height, 1 inch in length as well. So we'll add that in here. And I think I'll actually put both of them in at once. So again, we're going to start another 2D sketch. I probably could have just done this all at once. That might have been a good idea, but no matter here. So now I'm going to use my trick where I go ahead of time, and I'm going to type in 1, then I'm going to hit the tab button to get up to the next one. I'm going to type in 1 again. Now let's hit enter. There's our rectangle. Okay, let's do this again. We'll do a 1, we'll do a tab, and we'll put in 1 inch. There we go. Now we have both rectangles. Let's cut extrude both rectangles. We'll click that cut button. There we go. Cut and cut. And there it is. Okay, so we have the part pretty much built with the exception of this little step sticking out of the side here, this little plate that sticks out of the side. And now it would appear that this has a thickness of 0.25 or a height of 0.25. It's extruded a depth of 1.5 and it has a length of 0.75. So a little bit tricky here. What are we going to do? Let's see. So we're going to have to obviously start the sketch right here on this side. And we're going to have to draw ourselves a little rectangle right here. Now let's be careful not to snap onto what is that right here? Shift, and then let's move it. Okay, now I drew it in the wrong place. No big deal. So what it sometimes suggests is that you kind of snap on to this line right there. I don't think we actually want to do that right now. So I'm just going to click and I'm going to put it in there. Pretty sure that's in the wrong place, but it's not a big matter. We will dimension it to the correct location. So let's add a bunch of dimensions to this. I believe, is this 0.25? 0.25, I think that's correct. The length, if memory serves, was that 1.5? 1.5. We'll have to double check these dimensions. And we're not extruding it yet, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's see. So that was 1.5. That was 0.25. Okay, now we have to deal with this location dimension. So these dimensions right here are size dimensions. They tell you how big that extrusion should be, how big the rectangle should be. Now this one right here, the 0.75 from the top, from the upper edge here to the edge of the plate, that's a location dimension, and it tells you where that plate is located. So we're going to put in that location dimension and also this location dimension right here, the 0.5, using the dimension tool again. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to click on that top edge. I actually have to click it twice to get it to work. Right here, 0.75. Okay, and then this is, was that 1 inch? 0.5 inches. Okay, that makes sense. 0.5. Okay, and there we go. We'll finish our sketch up, and we will extrude this, and we'll extrude that. And I believe the extrusion is not 0.25; it's 0.75. Let me double check that. Let's just go for it. We'll live on the edge right there. Let's check it. 0.75 was the correct value. So there we go. That means we did it. Okay, so you can make this one, and then I will leave it up to you to make the others. Good luck.